Summer may be coming to an end, but we're definitely still knitting summer garments. And most summer garments are actually some amazing knits that we can sport all year round. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Camilla. I'm an Italian knitter living in the Netherlands. And today I'm going to show you my favorite yarns for summer garments. For summer garments that you can actually wear all year round as perfect layers. I know that many knitters don't really love summer knitting, a bit because it comes in a season that it's really warm and we don't really want to drape warmer whips on top of us while knit them. It's just maybe too warm to handle certain fibers like wool, but also because I think most summer projects are usually knitted on smaller needles. That means it usually takes a lot of time to knit them, but that usually also means less skeins as well as no sleeves or short sleeves, which also makes these projects cheaper. But of course, summer projects taking a long time to knit. That also means that sometimes by the time the summer project is finished, well, also summer is finished. So I can totally understand how some knitters may be a bit put off by summer projects. Nevertheless, I really think summer projects are amazing as they are really versatile all year round. They're just perfect to be layered with their thin fabrics that can still be really warm during colder months. So I'm here today to show you some summer yarns that are perfect all year round and are truly sustainable, that you can still use even if summer is coming to an end, to knit amazing garments that you're gonna wear all year round. So I've prepared this box of different sustainable yarns that can be perfect for your knits, and I actually wasn't sure how to talk to you about them, whether to show them from the cheapest one to the more expensive one, or from the least to the most sustainable one. But at the end I decided to let fate choose. So I'm gonna randomly start picking one by one and I'll tell you more about them. So let's start. I'm gonna start with this one, which is the BC Garn Bio Balance. The BC Garn Bio Balance is an amazing wool and cotton blend. It comes with 55% wool and 45% cotton. It comes in hanks of 50 grams for 225 meters, which makes it a gray weight yarn, as there are 450 meters in 100 grams. It's incredibly soft, but it's no superwash, so it cannot be washed in the washing machine as it has not been chemically treated in order for it not to felt. It's composed of both certified organic wool and certified organic cotton, and it is incredibly versatile for all seasons as it is truly breathable during the warmer months, but also incredibly soft and warm during the colder months. To recap all the pros: organic cotton and wool, non-superwash, versatile for all seasons. But there's also cons, as the fibers for this yarn are non-locally sourced, as the wool comes from South America and the cotton comes from Turkey. The BC Garn Bio Balance comes, as I said, in hanks of 50 grams, which here in the Netherlands are usually priced for about €6.50. That means that 100 grams would cost approximately €13, which puts them among the most expensive yarns I'm going to show you today. As I said, the BC Garn is extremely versatile, so it's a great yarn for camisoles, but I absolutely love it as a yarn for tees. And I'm actually knitting the Moonset Tee by Ozita with it. This one has actually been a whip for some months, so I've only so far knitted, I think, part of the back. But I absolutely love the fabric it creates. It's really nice, really soft, but also really breathable. I think it will definitely look amazing once it's finished. I should get into it. So this was the first yarn. Let's go ahead and pick another one from our box. Ooh, I like this one. So this tiny yarn is the Scheepjes Bamboo Soft. This one is in a gorgeous deep blue color. This one is composed of 50% bamboo and 50% cotton, and it comes in 50 gram skeins for 150 meters. That means it's about 300 meters for 100 grams, which makes it a sport yarn. is, I think, an amazing choice for both summer knits, but also for year-round knits. So as I said, this is 50% cotton, which definitely gives it some strength and durability, but it's also 50% bamboo, which makes it incredibly soft and also gives it a bit of a shine, almost as if there was silk in it. This yarn is also certified vegan friendly. That not only means that it's only made up of plant-based fibers, but also that nothing in the whole production process was animal-based. That means, for example, no animal-based dyes were used for this yarn. Also, we should remember that bamboo as a fiber, it's not only softer than cotton, but also bamboo as a plant is also more sustainable than cotton. We can't really say bamboo as a fiber is often more sustainable than cotton, because most bamboo fibers that we find in yarns or fabrics are actually bamboo viscose. And for the process to transform the pulp of bamboo into a fiber, some of those processes are actually very chemically intense. But the plant itself is so much more environmentally friendly than the plant of cotton, as it needs way less water for the crop to grow, and the bamboo crop does not require any fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides for the crop to really thrive, compared to cotton that, as we know, unless it's organic, is usually a very, very, very fertilizers, pesticides, herbicide intense culture. Also, as a fiber in itself, bamboo is more breathable than cotton generally, so it's amazing on warmer days. But also on colder days, it actually proves warmer than cotton. So it's truly amazingly versatile for all seasons. I really like this yarn also because it's light on the wallet. Here in the Netherlands, I found it for about €4.40 for a 50-gram skein. That means that it's about €8.80 for 100 grams. And that puts it in the mid-range of prices of the different yarns I'm going to show you today. I already used this one. Actually, I have some leftovers that I should plan some cool knit with this. But most importantly, I've used this one for a great knit last year, which is the Sassy Classic Crop Top by Aunt Catherine. I absolutely love this. It's an amazing sleeveless top that can be beautiful by itself or under a blazer, but also it has a bit of a sexy element, as it has a nice opening on the back. But the pattern also offers the option of knitting it without the opening, which makes it a more basic garment for every occasion. And actually, I plan on knitting more of this in all the colors, and maybe also without the opening, to have a truly basic garment in my closet I can wear all the time. It's of course amazing both in the summer and in colder seasons. So this is also a great pattern to start knitting now and make great wear of it also in autumn and winter. So it's now time for another yarn. Let's fish it. Okay, ooh, this one I actually destroyed a bit while pulling it up. But this is the Wool and the Gang Billie Jean yarn. I actually have this yarn in other colors too. It comes in these amazing denim colors. This yarn is made of 100% cotton, and it comes in skeins of 100 grams for 135 meters. So it's a worsted weight yarn. As I said, this is 100% cotton, but depending on the colorway, it comes in different percentages of cotton, upcycled cotton, and denim scraps, as it is mostly made of recycled fibers that come from pre-consumption waste and offcuts. When we buy yarn made of recycled fibers, we gotta remember that most of them are not made from the clothes that we throw away, maybe in like recycling bins. No, those either are downcycled, or most of the time they just end up in landfills. While in this case, these are made from pre-consumption waste. So all the waste that actually is made in the making of our, in this case, our denim. So before a pair of jeans even hits the shelves, there's so much waste in the production of that pair of jeans that it would just go straight to the landfill. So this is one of my favorite because actually is one of the first ones I've ever encountered. Nowadays, especially in the last 2 years, I've seen so many new recycled yarns just hit the, I would like to say hit the shelves, but actually I've seen most of them online. But this, like when I bought this yarn for the first time, I think about 2.5 years ago, they were pretty much one of the only ones on the market. And what I love is also that all the colorways really are kept in the colorways the denim will come in, and that just really makes it a unique yarn. I really like this. This, of course, it's 100% cotton, so it's amazing during the summer, but I'm saying why not during the winter too? For example, I always wear a camisole during the winter. It's like the first layer on my skin. And so why not wear a cotton camisole that in the summer you would wear outside? Also during the winter, just underneath your clothes as another layer of fabric that's gonna keep you warm. Finally, this is also a certified vegan-friendly yarn. So to recap, it's, as I said, a certified vegan-friendly yarn. It's made of recycled fibers and it comes in limited colors. On the Wool and Gang website, you can get this for €8.50 for, as I said, 100 gram skeins, which it puts it in the mid-range price category of the yarns I'm going to show you today. Let's get to another yarn. Ooh, I've chosen a bit of a classic. So this is Mondin by Rosa Pomar. This yarn is truly amazing. This is going to be the only yarn that it's fully wool based because it's 100% wool that I'm showing you today. But don't be scared by the fact that it's 100% wool. It's also amazing during the summer for like a tee. It's truly nicely breathable, and it comes in 100 grams for 385 meters. So it's a fingering weight yarn. And it's made, as I said, in 100% wool, but it's 100% Portuguese wool. It's also non-superwash, and the fibers are locally sourced, as Rosa Pomar is a wool atelier in Lisbon, so it's in Portugal, and it also is locally produced in Portugal. Why am I showing this to you today? Because it's an extremely versatile yarn. It is marketed as a sock yarn, but it's really soft, so it's really great also as I said, for a tee, also for a fingering weight sweater. It's truly amazing for all seasons. I'm actually knitting with this, the Sassy Classy shirt by Anne Catherine, which for now I've only knitted the neck with it, but it's truly really soft. And again, this pattern is another staple for all year around, so it's truly a great pattern to start knitting now and to start knitting it with some very sustainable yarn. To recap, this yarn is no superwashed, locally sourced fibers, locally produced, and it's extremely versatile. On the Rosa Pomar website, this yarn is sold for €10.10 for 100 grams, which puts it again in the mid-range of the yarns I'm going to show you today. Time for another yarn. Ooh, this one is another good one, and I also have it in 2 colors. So this is Wooldreamers Saona, which is actually a new yarn from summer 2023. It comes in skeins of 50 grams for 220 meters. So it's a spot on finger weight yarn. It's 440 meters for 100 grams. It is a wool and cotton blend, as it is made of 50% merino and manchego wool and 50% cotton. Both fibers come from Spain, as the cotton, for example, comes from the southern Spain region of Andalusia. And it is also produced by a Spanish brand, which is Wooldreamers. Both fibers are organic and fully traceable. As I said, they're locally sourced and they're locally produced. They're also The wool is non-superwash, and this yarn is also the Oecotex Standard 100, which means that there are no harmful chemicals in this yarn and in its production. It is truly extremely soft, and the composition of it makes it extremely versatile for all seasons. With this more earthy color, I'm actually planning on knitting the Sundial tee by Iris Makes, while with this more sage color, I'm planning on knitting the Violet tee by Jessica McDonald. But for example, Ozetta, who actually collaborated with Wooldreamers in the designing of this yarn, her latest design is a sweater, which is knitted with 2 threads of this yarn, and that also means you can make some amazing melange sweater with it. And it's just a sweater that would be perfect all year round for a colder summer evening, but also for winter. So truly check it out. I don't remember right now what the name of it is. I believe it's still in testing, but I'm gonna leave you the details in the description below. This yarn comes for about €6.10 for 50 grams, which means it prices at €12.20 for 100 grams, which puts it in the more expensive range of this selection. So in short, what are the upsides for this yarn? It's incredibly versatile. It's made of organic cotton and organic wool. It's Oecotex Standard 100 certified. It's non-superwash. It's made of locally sourced fibers, and it's locally produced. We're really getting close to the end, as there's no many yarns left in this box. So let's see which one is gonna go next. Oh, I like this one too. Of course, I like all of them. Otherwise, I wouldn't show them to you today. So this one is the Knitting for Olive Pure Silk in this amazing color, which is olive, of course. This one is a 50 gram skein for 250 meters of 100% silk. Again, also this one, it's Oecotex Standards 100 certified, so there's no harmful chemicals in it. What I love about this is that compared to most silk fibers you find out there, it's actually produced keeping animal welfare in mind. So when the silkworm builds its own cocoon, usually the silk, which is the material the cocoon is made of, is harvested before the chrysalides gets to transform into a moth and fly away. But not this silk. In this case, the silk fiber in the cocoons is harvested only once the chrysalides has already broken out of its cocoon and flown away. So animal welfare in this case, it's really kept in mind. As we all know, silk is an amazing fiber for summer, as it can absorb up to 30% of its own weight in humidity. So if you're out and about in a very hot day, wearing something knitted in silk is truly amazing. It almost does not feel like you're wearing anything. But it's also truly versatile because it has insulating properties similar to the ones of wool, so it's also amazing during winter. So why not wear a silk camisole also during the winter as a layer? Knitting for Olive guarantees that the silk they use is traceable. However, as a con, the fiber is non-locally sourced, because I believe it comes from China. I think I've read it before somewhere on the Knitting for Olive website, the actual country of origin of their silk, but I couldn't really find it anymore when I checked it up before filming this video. So I believe it was in Asia, I believe it was China, I may be wrong. But anywhere, it's not sourced any close to Denmark, where Knitting for Olive is based. Also, the yarn is produced in Italy, so this yarn has traveled quite a lot before getting into the Knitting for Olive warehouses in Denmark. So to recap, this is a yarn that takes care of animal welfare. It is an Oecotex Standard 100 certified yarn, and it is incredibly versatile because it's perfect for summer, but it's also great for winter. Also, the fibers that are used for this yarn are fully traceable according to the Knitting for Olive website. On the other hand, however, the fibers are not locally sourced, and it's also not, the yarn is not locally produced. with this yarn, I've knit in the Bedruthan Camisole in the color, I believe, Rust. The Bedruthan Camisole is a beautiful camisole pattern that Iris Makes has published this summer. It's truly great. I truly love it. I love the neckline. I'd really recommend this pattern. Since I've test knitted this, but since I've finished it, I've been wearing it non-stop. Of course, not really in the last couple of weeks because not very summery weather here in the Netherlands, but when it's been warm, this has been absolutely amazing. And I am truly gonna wear it a lot also during the colder months because it's truly great also right against the skin. And of course, I have it also in this olive color as I plan to knit the Yoko top by Knitting for Olive with this. I bought this one during the second fundraising in aid of Ukraine this year. So it was also a great occasion to grab some of this yarn. I only have 2 yarns left in here. So let's see, it's gonna be this one, which actually I have very little to show to you because this one is a leftover I have. But this is the Musa fine organic cotton. It comes usually in skeins of 50 grams for 180 meters, which makes it 360 meters for 100 grams. So it's a finger and weight yarn. This is about 30 grams I have left because I have used mine to make this amazing camisole, which is the Luca top by Ginger and Thyme. I've test knitted this and she sells in her web shop this great yarn. It's 100% organic cotton and the brand is a New Earth brand. It's a Spanish brand, Musa, and the yarn is locally manufactured in Spain. So the downside, however, is that the fibers are not locally sourced as they are sourced in India. And as we've seen, there can be bench sourced cotton because, for example, is the cotton that's used in the Saona yarn. This yarn is sold for €3.75 for 50 grams. That means for 100 grams is sold at €7.50, which makes it the cheapest yarn I'm showing you today. It truly is really great. It's really, really soft. I really liked knitting with this and I truly recommend it for your 100% cotton knits. Being so soft, it's really great also against the skin. So if you still want to knit a camisole this summer, it is great also in case you want to reuse the camisole during the colder months against your skin. And we're down to the very last yarn, which is another Rosa Pomar yarn, but this one is Mungo. So this yarn is another cotton and wool blend. It comes in skeins of 100 grams for 220 meters, so it's a DK weight yarn. But in this case, both the cotton and the wool fibers are fully recycled. And this is also really interesting because they are sourced from pre-consumer waste, but in this case, this specific waste comes from Portuguese spinning mills. So this waste is actually generated for the production of yarn. So the fibers are not only recycled, but are locally sourced as they come from both Portugal and Spain, and it is locally manufactured in Portugal. So to quickly recap, it's all pros. It's fully recycled fibers. It's non-superwash. It's locally sourced fibers and it's locally produced. This yarn on the Rosa Pomar website is sold for €7.10 for an 100 gram skein, which means this actually is the cheapest yarn I'm showing you today, not the Musa, but it's not that far away. So €7.10 for 100 grams. This is really nice. It's a bit rougher than other blends like the Saona, despite also being 50-50 wool and cotton. But I believe this is more because of the recycled nature of this yarn. But anyway, it's really blooming nicely and it softens a lot when blocked. Again, this is a great versatile yarn because nice and breathable with a nice drape during the summer and warm and lightweight during the winter. So I also truly recommend this. Why I bought this one? Not for a specific project. I've had an idea for a team I had for a couple of months that I want to give it a try. It does not mean I'm becoming a designer all of a sudden. It will be my first go at a self-designed garment, but I haven't got around to it yet. I'm still working on the idea in my head. So maybe sometime soon I'll have something more to show you guys. Okay, so I've showed you all the yarns I want to show you today. I hope you find this video useful, and I hope that if you weren't a lover of summer knits before today, you'll be a lover of it after watching this video. Let me know if you've tried some of these yarns before, what were your opinions and thoughts about it. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to keep in touch and keep updated on new videos. Thank you for being here today with me, and see you the next time.